But anyway, we're going to wait until daytime, of course. Then I'll show off what the Crown of Catharsis actually does. It gives you small abilities. I'm going to give a brief explanation of what it does. It gives you small abilities during while you're playing. So while you're journeying around in terms of Oblivion, you will randomly get these strange messages popping up that you need to sleep. Once you sleep, you get an extra ability. I think you will get a total number of 3 abilities that I think are about 3-4 days apart each, I think. So, it shouldn't be that hard. Alright. So I'm going to revert by form. I should have, like, little to no spells, because, yeah, that should be fine. I think I am God mode, so it should be fine. Should be fine. Actually, I should probably put back on the armor, just so I can actually use it. So I actually have to light, though. Alright, so we're going to head inside, because we need to bless our weapons. Alright, so in the description of this video, you're going to find a list of all of the console commands for each and every one of these items. So though, in case you're missing any items, or in case you want to have all of them, be my guest. The only thing is that I'm not going to have it for every item. I'm not, because that just doesn't make any sense to me. But for each and every one of the Ivellon items to be fully done, you need to have probably a decent number of ancient coins. Unfortunately, I can never find out the actual amount. I think it's around 400, but I can never get close to that amount. So yeah. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 10. So you need 1,000 to fully do everything. Now, if you want to know the console command for the ancient coins, it is 014273, and I'll just give myself 1,000 of them. Alright. So in order to do that, we need to now store in one of the Ivellon weapons. So let's go store in the Bastard Sword, and we're going to throw in 100 ancient coins. Now you have to activate the statue. It has been blessed. May it cleave the heads of your foes open. So now we'll have an extra thing called blessed, and it'll have a cool little graphic behind it, which is pretty cool. Now the next weapon that we need is the Bearded Axe. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to store like 500 or 200 of this and see if it takes only 100 out of it. May it separate the heads of your foes from their bodies. Okay, so I can literally just throw all the ancient coins in here and not even worry about it. Cool. Alright, I'm just going to store all of it in here. The next one that's on the list is the bow. May it always hit your target. That's cool. The great sword. I'm not going to keep an original of it because I don't really care about it. May it leave behind a swath of destruction in the ranks of your foes. Cool. And if I really want it, I can always just add it back in my inventory off screen, so it's fine. The halberd. May it mow down your foes in droves. Cool. Let's see here. Long sword is next. May it pierce through the hearts of your foes. Mace. May it tear your foes in pieces. Is the mace the last one? Nope. Short sword, may it slash the throats of your foes. I'm starting to think that I might have miscounted. Two-hander, then I think Warhammer is left. Yep. It cut asunder your foes. No, I think I might have counted right. Never mind. May it smash the skulls of your foes to pieces. Alright, so as you know, there's a couple of these weapons called Hieronymus' Sword the Elven Ceremonial Dagger, and the Old Family Sword that do not have an enchantment. As you see, it has no effect on strike. But so does these Ivellon weapons. So what if we add this in here with the Ancient Coin? Doesn't register. Oh, that's kind of sad. Okay. So what about the Elven Ceremony Dagger? That doesn't have one either. That's kind of weird. What about Hieronymus' sword, then? It's the last one, right? Yep. That one doesn't work either. Well, alright. That's done. We're done with that. Now we can leave. We're going to test it out in several locations. Because we can. We're going to test it in a few kind of normal locations that I usually use in order to test out new items and such. Especially their level of power in terms of the vanilla game. So we're going to head to one of my favorite locations called Fort Strand. I'm hoping the enemies have reset here. They might not have. Alright, they have. Alright, so let's go test out the Bastard Sword. Now, of course, this weapon has a cool effect where you can hold it as a two-hander normally, or if your strength is high enough, it can be used as a one-hander. We're going to use it as a one-hander. So it has a damage level of 30. I'm actually curious about something. I wanted to... Is it doing any damage? Oh, not nothing. Hey, stop that. Stop that. Oh, of course. Alright, there you go. I think all of them have the same effect, though. Alright, so we can also change this between, like, one-handed and two-handed. Of course, one-handed requires a certain level of strength, whereas other ones... That one's not doing it either way. It's weird. But yeah, both the one-hander and the two-hander both have, like, different attack levels, which is interesting. It's not letting me switch, which is interesting because it should. Maybe these ones have locked. I don't know. And then the bow, of course, which is a little bit different. So let's go use the bow. Does the bow have a different... No, it's just a glow of it. Okay. So the Ivellon bow.
Hello?
I need to equip arrows.
Who's there?
Aww. There you go, buddy. Very cool. Let's use the great sword. The great sword does look actually kind of cool, though. It's really huge, though. It's really big, though. Oh my word. That's kind of funny, though. That is a huge sword. And then we also have the halberd. Very nice. The halberd also looks kind of huge, though. But it's a halberd. It makes sense. Oh, it's... There you go. Alright, I'll switch weapons. Alright, so let's go take a look at what the Ivellon longsword looks like. Get the showcase this stuff, which looks kind of cool. Alright, let's show off the the Ivellon mace. Looks kind of cool. I mean, you're mostly just looking at like a pole. Can I see the top of it? There you go.
Do your worst.
No, I'm not going to do my worst, because you know what? And do my best to defeat you. Aha. And then we also got a short sword. This should be easy to do. Oh. What did the fire damage? Was it this? Did the short sword do fire damage? Wait. That's weird. Maybe all of them have a chance of doing fire damage. I'm not quite sure. I'll definitely know by the end of this. And I will mention it also in the description, maybe. By maybe I mean like I will, but like right now I'm not really keen on looking for this information as much as I should be, but it's fine. Alright. There we go. Okay, over here. You have a dog. Nice. Hello there. I have the will of Stendar on my side. Yeah, and if you want Daedric armor, that's like one of the best ways to do it, is just fight vampires and marauders and stuff like that. One of the best ways that I can ever recommend it for people. Now we also have the Warhammer. Although I think Warhammer's supposed to be two-handed, but still, it's fine. Maybe Oblivion just likes it to be two-handers. But it can be a one-hander too. Alright, so we also have the Old Family Sword. It has the same kind of requirements. It can be one-hander or two-hander. One-handed. Very cool. This one kind of reminds me of a steel longsword in the game. It's just got a different... I don't remember exactly what they're called, but it's like the... like before the blade, but after like the hilt kind of thing, like in between there. I don't know what it's called exactly, but that kind of reminds me of, that's the only thing that doesn't make it look like a steel sword to me. But it's pretty cool anyway. We also have the Scepter of the Ancestors, which is a mace, but it looks like a staff. Very, very weird. And in one-hander, it kind of just clips through the screen, which is kind of funny. We also have this stuff as well. So let's go up the list. Let's start with the Bellhammer. You saw it. It kind of looks like a fine steel, like, weapon. I think it's like a fine steel warhammer, just shrunk down, but I might be wrong. Elven Ceremony Dagger, I think is just an elven dagger, just a little bit changed maybe, or no changes at all. I want to say no changes, but there might be some changes that I'm just not noticing. I barely ever use elven daggers, so that's probably why I'm not noticing it. Elven Fire, very cool weapon. Would definitely recommend using this weapon if you do not have the Sunfire Sword. Or you just particularly don't like claymores. I definitely recommend the Sunfire Sword. Hieronymus' Sword, same idea, one-handed or two-handed. So one-handed. Maybe if it's one-handed, it locks it in. I don't know. Trying to come up with an idea why it's not letting me change this to a two-hander. Because this is not even letting me to change it either. Or maybe these ones are locked. I don't know. Anyway, the next thing on the list is the Sunfire Staff. We also get a spell called Fire Nova. And then when we use the staff, get to do this. Very cool. Oh, it's just a small circle. I thought it was a big circle. But we can also have access to Fire Nova, which allows us to summon a circle of fire. That is cool. I love that. And what if you block? Can you just spam it? Okay, so it's always going to hit the same spots. That's cool. No, fire doesn't move that fast, does it? Yeah, fire doesn't move that fast. Alright, so there's that. We still have the Sunfire Sword, my favorite weapon. It can either be used one-handed or two-handed. Let's see it two-handed, though. It isn't... I don't think it looks right two-handed, but it's fine. Then if you unequip it... Oh, it does it again. I think you have to store it somewhere or something. What if I drop it and then pick it back up again? There you go. That's how you have to do it. You have to drop it and then pick it back up, and then it allows you to change it to one-handed. Yeah, Yeah, this is one of my favorite weapons. And it has a 5% chance to cast Sunfire for 1 second on strike. I think you're the same thing? No, Elven Fire for 1 second. There's a wolf over here. Where are you, buddy? Yeah, this is my favorite, one of my favorite weapons. Oh, I didn't get the fire effect. That's kind of fine, though. And that is most of the weapons, except for the Stendar ones. So we have the Stendar Hammer. Looks very nice. Of course, if you have enough blunt, looks really good. Does a lot of damage, too. That's really nice. We also have the War Bow. I don't think I can use this, but I'll show it off a little later. Here's the War Bow. Very nice. It's kind of interesting. Okay, let's go to another area, because I'm wondering if this has the same effect that I'm thinking of. There's a different weapon from a different mod that actually does something similar to this, so I want to see if it's actually, like, the same. Hey there, buddy. It might not work on big guys, though. Either that or the marksman paralysis thing just ruins it. Yeah, because it's just the push effect. I have a spell that does something similar to it. Mine's just more crazy in terms of its levels of being able to push enemies, though. Which is kind of cool. I'll use the hammer. I'll see if it can register or something like that. I know it has a spell that gets attached to it, but I'm trying to figure out if it might be able to activate it. If you do go for the Warhammer, I'll still keep its note. I'll have the spell right under it, just so that like you can also use the spell for it. I just don't really think it's really needed.